Today's nail art design is inspired by Strawberry Shortcake. For this design you'll need polishes. The ones I've used are pictured here and will be listed below. You'll also need a thin art brush and a dotting tool. And if you don't want to do your lines freehand, you'll need some tape or nail vinyls. Beginning with a base of white, you're going to apply your nail vinyls or your tape to create the lines. It's important to remove most of the tackiness so that you don't peel away your polish. Apply your polish, and while your polish is still wet, remove those nail vinyls. Moving on to the next finger, I'm using my dotting tool and adding a pattern of dots. I always start with a line of dots down the center of the nail first. Moving over to the ring finger, you'll see I applied 2 rows of nail vinyls just so that I have a thicker line where the polish doesn't go. So I paint my nail pink, remove those nail vinyls, and you'll see I have a blank area in between. I apply my dots much like I did on my middle finger, and then I go in and fill in that blank line with white polish. I'm just using my thin art brush to fill that in. Once that white bar on your nail has dried, you're ready to start adding your design. I use my thin art brush and my green polish, and I apply a few dots first. These are going to be the guides to help me create this diamond shape on my nail. I fill that area in, and then I move over and add guide dots on the other side so I can replicate that same pattern. Once my diamonds are complete, I'm going to add a strawberry shape to the center. And you'll see I'm just using my thin art brush and filling that area in. I then go back with my white polish, and I'm adding in where the greenery is going to be on the strawberry, but I wanted to put a white base first so that green would show up nicely. While that white area is drying, you're going to use that same darker pink polish and just apply some spots to the strawberry. I'm just using my thin art brush. You could use a toothpick or a really small dotting tool for this step. Once the white area you added is dried, you're ready to fill that in with the green at the top of your strawberry. And you'll see I'm just using my thin art brush. At this stage, I apply top coat to my nails. You can finish your design here, or you can continue on like I do. You'll see I'm using my thin art brush, and I'm just adding some vines to my nail and some leaves. And I go back in, and I do fill that in with some color. Once your white has dried, just go back over that with a light green polish. I'm using the same green that I used in my design, and I'm filling that in. For the strawberry, I'm using the same lighter pink polish, and you'll see I leave a little bit of an outline, and I go back in and I fill that outline in with the darker pink polish. It is very subtle, but I didn't want this too over the top anyway, so it worked out quite nicely. I then go back with a little bit of a darker shade of green to give those vines a little bit of dimension. Once you've added your vines to each of your nails, you're ready to apply a top coat to finish off the design. Moving on, I wanted to show you what I did to my thumb. I put Strawberry Shortcake's face, and the next part of the tutorial will show you how to create that. You'll need a couple of additional colors, a black and a beige. On top of a white base, you're going to start by adding Strawberry Shortcake's face shape, and you'll see I'm using kind of a yellowy beige polish, and I'm just adding in the shape that I want her face to be. And I forgot to hit record, but you'll see I add pink wherever there's white, and I also make sure that some of that hair falls down across her face. Next, using your darker pink polish, you're going to add some lines to the hair just to give it a little bit of dimension. Moving on to the face, I'm using my white polish, and I'm adding her lips and her eyes, and you'll see the eyes are just kind of an oval shape. And once I'm happy with the shape of the eyes, I go back in with a green polish and add an arch to replicate the eyes. And then I take my black polish and create the eye pupil, and I add some eyelashes and outline those eyes a little bit. To finish her off, you're going to color in the mouth And you're going to add a nose. For the nose, I just used the same color that I used on her face and added a tiny little bit of black just to darken that up. And you'll see I just create a little arch for her nose and add some freckles. Once everything has fully dried on her face, I apply a top coat to finish off the design. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please comment, share, subscribe, and thumbs up are always appreciated.